What's good on my stock market homies? It's your boy Kevin. A couple weeks ago, I did a video on Nancy Pelosi and her stock market disclosure, which showed all the stocks that she was buying. And it sparked a big debate in the comments section. There were people saying that it's okay for politicians to trade stocks, while other people were saying that it should be illegal, it should be considered insider trading. So I thought, let's make a video. I'm gonna offer my opinion on what I think politicians should and should not be able to do regarding trading stocks. Also, Nancy Pelosi has taken a pretty large hit on the stocks that she bought. We're going to talk about how much money she's lost, what stocks she's bought. We're going to go over all her trades, and we're going to talk about whether what she's doing should be legal or illegal. Let's break it down. Let's get it. All right, let's break down the long unanswered debate of whether politicians should be able to trade stocks while they are sitting in office. Now, this is brought up by the last video that I did where we talked about Nancy Pelosi and her husband. They loaded up on some stocks and she's actually lost a bunch of money on those trades. We'll go over those in just a second. But first, I want to offer my opinion, what I think on this, whether they should or should not be able to trade stocks. But first, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you want to get some free money from Webull, use that link in the description, and they will hook you up with 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. All right, so I live here in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. And 2 of our senators, Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, they traded stocks right after the Rona hit. And they made a boatload of money, and they got attacked in that Georgia runoff election for doing so. And it very well may have ended up causing them to lose. It's because they did lose. They lost the Senate runoff. And I don't think this is a party line thing, right? I think most people agree that if you have inside information, that you should not be able to trade stocks. I agree that David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler shouldn't have been doing what they did. And I also think Nancy Pelosi should not be able to trade stocks either. So I don't think it's a Republican-Democrat thing. I think it's pretty straightforward that if you're a politician, you're a senator, and you have inside information, then you should not be able to use it. What Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue did was not illegal. They did not break the law because the law allows them to invest in stocks. They didn't really have any inside information. Maybe they had an idea that the Rona was going to be worse than initially expected, so they bought a bunch of stay-at-home stocks. Maybe they shorted the overall market, and they made a bunch of money. David Perdue made a ton of money. Yes, I think these senators, these politicians, should not be able to trade stocks. I think they should have to get a blind trust while they're sitting in office, a blind trust, hire an accountant who manages their money. Just buy index funds and that tracks the overall market, something like that. It should be a blind trust. They don't have access to it. And when they leave, they can use that money and trade stocks however they want to trade these stocks. They're sure after they leave office, they're still going to have a lot of connections. They're still going to have more inside information than I do or you do. But I think once they leave office, they should be able to do whatever they want to do with their money. But while sitting in office, they should not be able to trade stocks. Doesn't matter whether you're Republican, Democrat, I think it's wrong. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Should these politicians be able to trade stocks? Now, don't get nasty down there. Don't start calling other people names because they have different political beliefs than you do. Let's just stick to the facts here. Do you think they should be able to trade stocks or not? There doesn't need to be any extra nonsense going on in the comments. All right, let's talk about Pelosi, what trade she put on, and how much money she lost. So one thing that is good is that when these senators put on a trade, they open a position, they have to disclose it. It's public information. So last December of 2020, Pelosi and her husband bought a ton of Tesla call options on December 22nd, giving her the option to buy 2,500 shares at $500 each. So the strike price was $500. She had the option to buy 2,500 shares. So that would mean that she opened 25 contracts of that particular option, because each option contract represents 100 shares. So let's go look at the chart and see how she did. December 22nd was about right here, and she's about break even at the same price that she bought those Tesla contracts. But there is a thing when you're dealing with options called time decay. So each options contract that she bought probably loses a few dollars per day due to time decay. When you buy options, every day that you hold that options contract, it loses money. So in order for these contracts to be worth more money than she paid at their time of expiration, they need to make a pretty drastic move higher. Now, she was initially up a pretty good amount of money when Tesla broke $900 a share, and then she gave it all back, and she's probably sitting down right now today. I would guess she is down on this Tesla position a few $1,000s. Not much, but she is probably down due to the time decay. And if Tesla does not break out here soon, she is going to be down a lot because that time decay starts to eat up closer you get to expiration. These contracts are set to expire in January of 2022, so she does have some time to let these contracts work out to see if Tesla will make that move higher. But we're really going to need to see Tesla push higher in order for these contracts to work out for Pelosi. She also bought 100 call options for each company, including Apple and Disney, worth up to $1,500,000 and $500,000 respectively. So let's remember this was December 22nd. Let's go look at the chart for both Apple and Disney and see how she did on those. So the Apple stock, or the Apple options contracts, December 22nd was right here. So she is down big on these Apple contracts. So she bought them right there when Apple was trading at 130. Right now, Apple's trading at 120. And remember, she's also dealing with time decay. So she may be down 20% or so on these Apple options trades. And if she invested $500K into these options contracts, she's down 20%. She is currently down $100,000 on these Apple options trades that she opened up last year. Now, $100,000 is probably peanuts to Pelosi, but that's just getting into the topic of these people probably shouldn't be able to trade stocks. Their spouses probably shouldn't be able to trade stocks. There's no way that you can tell me that somebody should get rich by sitting in public office. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. There's Republicans that have got super loaded from sitting in public office, and there are Democrats like Nancy Pelosi that have got super loaded from sitting in public office. I don't think David Perdue from my home state should have made a ton of money by being a senator. And I don't think Nancy Pelosi should get rich. All right, this is one that she's going to be up on. The report said that she bought about $1 million worth of options contracts on Disney stock. So Disney, December 22nd, right here, 180 or so per share. She bought those options contracts. Right now, Disney's up here at 203. So she's up a good chunk of change. So let's say she's up 20% on these, down 20% on Apple. So those probably wash out. And then Tesla, I'd say she's down about 10% on those. So she's probably down about $100,000 on everything that she opened up. But I do think the market is probably about to pop due to the stimulus about to go out. So maybe she does know what she's doing. Maybe she's got a little inside information. We'll have to see what Tesla does. I think the biggest position she opened up was in Tesla. I do honestly like Tesla at this level. We came slamming down into this 200 EMA, and it looks like we're basing out right in front of that 200 EMA and looking to move back higher and retest those prior highs. So I do think she's in a pretty good spot here in these Tesla options contracts. We'll see what happens. Don't forget to leave your opinion down in the comments. Should politicians be able to trade stocks? Yes or no? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications. I love all of you guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.